Good morning. Thank you for joining me. My name is Chris Capper and we're at Transwest Truck Trailer RV. And today I have the pleasure of showing you one of the most innovative, most powerful for its size luxury coaches on the market today. This is a 2024 Newmar Mountain Aire 3825. And what's so special about this that you don't typically see is that this is going to be on that Spartan K3 chassis that has a passive steer tag. The turning radius on this is just remarkable. Still blows my mind when I can do a complete 360 in the front of our parking lot here. So just an amazing drive, all the luxury that you need to get you where you need to go. This is going to have the Cummins ISX 12 turbo diesel engine. It's 11.9 liters with 525 horsepower, 1,695 foot-pounds of torque. So you can tow 15,000 pounds with this wherever you need to go. And we're in the beautiful Rocky Mountains, and I'll tell you right now, this is going to handle what you need to take with it. So let's talk a little bit about Newmar and why you'd want to get a nice Newmar. Newmar's been around since 1968. They've been an innovator in the industry forever. These are not built with a laminated sidewall. These have a residential build quality, just like you'd see in a house or a commercial building. They're using 16 on center C-channel with batten insulation, and then another piece of insulation on the inside of that. It's 5/8 inch of bead foam insulation to make these the quietest riding, and they also have the best insulation in any known brand in the industry. What we're looking at today on this paint, this is going to be a BASF Masterpiece paint finish. Cut and buffed. I cannot feel where those start and end, those colors. I've seen the ladies there and the guys that put this on there. They have the best. This is all done by hand, by the way, not robots. Are employing good Americans, working hard to make the best luxury products available for you today. So this BASF Masterpiece paint finish, I've seen these on coaches from 2007 and earlier, and it still looks amazing. So what makes this drive so well? We talked about that K3 chassis, and another thing that makes it drive so well are these big Michelin tires. So these are 365 by 70 with on that 22.5 inch Alcoa aluminum rim. Newmar uses more plies in their tires and have bigger tires than any other competitor in their price point. These are absolutely phenomenal. That coupled with the air ride system that we have here with the Spartan and also what we have on the coach, this drives like a Cadillac or a Lincoln Navigator, super fast with that 525 horsepower engine. Talked about this is diesel, so you can fill this up on either side with a diesel. And I've got the docking lights on, so when you need to pull in at night, you're going to be able to see where you need to go. In addition to that docking light, you also have an OmniView 360 camera system that'll show you a bird's eye view of your coach plus what's behind you. And you can just see exactly where you're pulling into or out of with the additional lighting. It helps. Another cool thing is we do have the side turning indicators. So if there is somebody on your side that you didn't quite see, they can also see what your expectations are. Especially if it's a 3-lane road, they can see if you're going into or out of that middle lane. So another cool thing about Newmar is going to be these flush mount slides. That's Newmar literally invented the slide in 1989. These are the best slides. This is going to, these front two, or the front one and the full size one, is going to run on an HWH hydraulic slide system. Absolutely phenomenal. This is going to minimize road noise, air noise, wind, all that stuff. Keep your wind, water, debris out of there. And then what I like to do is just kind of swing up so you can see what we got up here. I have the Girard Nova 2 awning system that includes the slide out toppers and the window awnings here, the door awning right there. This is absolutely phenomenal. If you guys saw, I did a video back in July. I had a 35-mile-an-hour wind gust hit the side of the coach, wrap that awning up, that went right back in. So these are, not only do they have a good wind sensor that'll come in automatically, but if you miss it, it's most likely going to be A-okay. So another cool thing is you see these nice tinted windows right here, kind of bus style windows, extra large, and they all have a radial edge to it. and that's going to be securely mounted inside the wall. Some manufacturers just kind of cut in there, put it in there, and just pray that it's going to work. Well, hope and prayers ain't going to work in this one. You have to get that cemented into the wall, so it's completely framed. They're using a Sikaflex to get that stay in there permanently. Just the best system that you can do. Newmar's tagline is when you know the difference, and that's one of the things that when you know, and that's the way it works. So let's open up our first large bay storage compartment. You'll notice I have a 3 cubic foot Dometic cooler on a slide out tray. Now you can see I've got this hooked into my 12 volt, but you can also run this on 110 if you want, but why do that? I can control dual sides, so I can have both sides frozen, both sides fridge, or one of each. So I can keep my drinks on one side and keep some extra steaks in here. So really nice system, easy to get in and out. And one thing Newmar did is they put a nice shelf here because that was just kind of wasted space before. So we got a little storage shelf right there, and we do have another 110 outlet to plug in. These doors right here are all going to be nice and insulated. And then the flooring compartment too is also very insulated. So most insulation on any coach, so you can see it comes from right here to right down there. And what's really phenomenal about this, you can see I've got my Oasis system in the back, but what's cool about this is that this has heated compartments. So any storage bay that's between my axles is going to be heated. Outside of that, they're not. But you'll see that everything is very easy to access. I've got this, that's my rail right there behind this. Put a little piece over that, and I can access all of my electronics that I need to for any future maintenance. And I'd like to point out, we have the Star Foundation here, strong, true, and robust. This comes all the way up, that's strong tubular steel, and we have a truss system, and that gives you the best foundation in the industry. So really great coach design. I'd like to thank my friend Katie, who's on vacation for her birthday. She wrote down a lot of these in a prior video that has all the measurements. So we're 23.5 inches wide, 56 inches long, so for the entire compartment. So you can see these come out really easily, and so you can access, even with the slides extended, you can still access what you need to. So if you're gonna have your camp chairs, whatever, it's going to help you. Now you notice I've got some extra stuff in here. This is going to be my vacuum accessories, so I can hook in and hook right into my central vacuum system there. I can access anything in outside or inside with what we've got there. If my awnings get stuck, I've got this, that'll pull it in. If the slides were to get stuck, you've got that. I love to point out to my customers when we have 2016s and later with that more floor slide, these have never been opened. Why? Because they are just built so solidly. Extra airline there too, and some extra porcelain tiles. Coming over here, I have a 105-gallon fresh water tank. Forgot to mention, I've got a 150-gallon diesel fuel tank with this too, but 105-gallon freshwater tank sits right behind this. We've got a little pegboard, whether you want to keep your alcohol here, which, man, I ain't keeping alcohol here, I'm keeping it inside ready to go. But most people are going to put their either cleaning products or their extra fluids that they might need to carry with them. I always recommend anytime you're getting Freightliner, custom chassis, or a Spartan, which is what we got, talk to my parts team because we have a chassis kit. So if you ever have a belt go or you need to replace a filter, you always have that with you. So coming back here again, docking lights there. Now we talked about that steerable tag axle. Here we go. This right here you can tell because the lug nuts stick out versus in, just like on my steering. So this is a passive steer. It's going to give me just a really tight cut. Now Spartan will say it goes 17 degrees, which it probably does, but with these nice fat tires that we got on here, we've got, just like Freddie Mercury says, fat bottom tires we got. So this right here will go about 12 degrees and give you a really tight turning radius. Here's my diesel exhaust fluid right here, and if I ever had to mess with my bags, I can go ahead and fill them, my airbags, from right here as well. So everything is easy to see. And then something unique to Spartan that is this service bay here. So on this right here, got my fuel filter water separator, and then 2 batteries right here. I can clock off or shut off my chassis batteries right there. So if I'm putting this in storage or something, or if I'm just going to be camping for a while, I don't necessarily need that. I can just pop those right there. Another interesting thing on a Spartan versus a Freightliner custom chassis is going to be the fact that when you're under 20 miles an hour and you're in the campsite, the RPMs on your fan are going to tone down. So it's going to have less dust and everything coming up. So before we step to the back, or while we're stepping to the back, let's just take a look at these beautiful awnings. And then I'll get this engine compartment open. So, pretty nice in here. I've got a little light. Just look at that big, beautiful Cummins engine, 525 horsepower, turbo diesel, 11.9 liters. I mean, this is a bad mamma jamma. All my fluids, I can easily access them there. Dipsticks, got my Oasis system right here. I can fill that, keep that topped off. We'll talk about that in a minute. Everything is just very easy to access. And then I got my engine block heater right here. So last time we did a video on this, Katie, it was negative 15 degrees. So it's really nice to have those engine block heaters working. So let's take a step back. Before I go down, we're gonna go up, and I got this nice fin. This gives you a little bit more aerodynamics. And then under that, look at the beautiful paint job. I've got the, this is part of my OmniView 360 camera system. And I get a 360 degree, but I also get a tight angle if I want to see my, when I'm hooking up to my towed or light stackable trailer on this. And I also have an ultra wide view as well. So I can see, it's like a fisheye, so I can see both parts of both lanes when I have it in that. So it's a 3-stage high definition camera. And then down here, we talk about cameras. I've got this Voyager system. So if you do have a stackable trailer, or if you're like some of my customers and friends, you have a horse trailer you're bringing your horses out there with you. We've got nice Cimarron and Logan trailers here we can help you out with. You can keep the camera system not only seeing everything in and around the coach, but you can also have 2 cameras checking on your car or your horses or whatever you want, plus what's behind it. 15,000 pound tow capacity on this. So you can bring a lot of horses with that. Tow brake, so we already are set up with that. And then we also have a 7-way plug right there. So that way you can access anything that you need to. Chromed exhaust, and we have this nice rock guard mud flap to mitigate any damage to your horses or your tow vehicle. So side radiator, that's what makes it so easy to work on that engine. It's going to be a lower cost of ownership, and it's just a lot nicer. If we look straight up above that, you'll see that is my exhaust for my dryer, which we'll see when we get in there. It's going to make it your clothes dry faster, more fun, less hassle. Emergency egress door, most likely you're going to use it just to load the rear of your coach. And then I also have not only dual diesel fuel, I have dual DEF fuel as well. So no matter what side I'm on, I can fill it from either side. And as far as the diesel goes, you can actually fill it from both. Little spot right here, just put that stinky slinky in. It's always good to be prepared. You don't necessarily have to have one with this, and the reason for that is that I have a best-in-class Thetford Sanacon macerator system. So basically, if you ever see anyone order banana smoothie, well, that's what this does. That turns the bananas into smoothie, and this will just pump it right out of here. You can pump this uphill, downhill. You can hook up a hose. You can go up to 200 feet. So if you're at your kid's house, like my daughter just bought her first house a couple weeks ago, if I were to take, man, I'd love to take this down there. I could hook directly into her. She's on sewer, so I could hook directly into sewer, and I don't have to be really close. I can go 200 feet. So you'll notice that everything here is very easy to access. So I've got my whole house water filter. Now you can see this right here, this nice aqua blue color. Love that color. That is our winterization fluid. So we've got great professionals here that'll winterize this for you. But listen, this is really easy to do it yourself. You just pop this in there, follow all the instructions, but these are the valves you need to change. And then when you want to turn on that, water pump, you can do it here. So I can turn on the water pump, I can see the tank levels, I can even turn on my generator right here. It's probably a little hard to see with the sun, but on the camera, but it is there. Now, another cool thing right here, not only do I have a black tank flush, but I have a gray tank flush. Sometimes you get that smell, you're not sure where it's coming from. Well, you can actually clean both of them on this right here. Also, we sell a product in our store called Unique, probably the best out there. Use that and you're not gonna have any issues with that. All my low point drains are easy to access right here. And then if for some reason this Thetford blender macerator system failed, you can take that stinky slinky you have over there, plug it into this, and you can still do a standard gravity drain. So I was a Boy Scout, you always got to be prepared, and when you're camping you need to be prepared. So this hose right here for your water is on a power cord reel. So it makes it a lot easier to bring that in without getting your hands too dirty. And then if you do get a little dirty, or you or your dog needs to get cleaned outside, I have a stainless steel shower out here. And you'll notice all these compartments when I'm opening them up are nice and lit. So pretty easy. And what's also cool about that is that if you're hooked up to this and it's time in the morning, it's 6 o'clock, you just put the coffee on and you know you're going to be taking off. Well, what you can do is actually from the inside, as long as you have that in the right place, just hit autofill. It's going to fill up that tank for you, so that way when you're going, it's already ready. It's one less thing that you got to do, just a touch of a button. 50 amp power cord reel, 50 feet long. So it kind of helps you not have to buy an extension. If you do, you don't need to buy as large of an extension. And then over here, automatic transfer switch. Of course, this is going to have the surge protection built into it because this is a luxury Newmar Mountain Aire. Coming over here, I love to talk about the Oasis Chinook. So what is this? This is a dual loop, a hydronic heater. I've got 2 electric elements in there, and then I also have a diesel element. So these electric elements are 60% more powerful than a AquaHot 450D. Also, my diesel tank in there where that's getting burnt is a coated stainless steel reservoir, and so it actually is holds about 30%, 40% more. So it's gonna, this gets, I think it's 15% hotter. So you got hotter water, it's more efficient, it's low pressure, so it's a lot easier to maintain. It also uses less fuel, it's quieter and produces less exhaust. This is truly the best. When you see like expensive yachts out there in the Gulf or on the Atlantic or the Pacific, a lot of times they're gonna be using an Oasis Chinook product. Now this is kind of new for the newer RVs, and this is going to be the Lithionics battery system with 2 Freedom pure sine wave inverters, 3,000 watt inverters. And what is really cool, and you can still upgrade this if you want to pop another one in there. These are made in Clearwater, Florida. When I go visit my daughter in St. Pete, I'm going to visit their factory and tell you all about it. But these are American made right here. UL listed, only one to my knowledge that is Underwriters Laboratory listed. Very important. There's an app for this. It tells you the health of every single cell. Very important. And being that I have 2 inverters right here, I can actually run my front air conditioner without running my generator. So it's a really great option to have. I've got my solar controller right there. Everything is just all set up, easy to access. And if you want to pop another one in there, give me a call. I'll have that set up before you come pick up your coach. I always recommend that people try it out first, see how they use it before they start putting extra into it. But if you know how you're going to use it already because you're experienced, we'll get that set up for you. So this right here is just my front chassis fuses and whatnot. There's going to be a little red LED under any one of those if they go bad, and then a little spot right here to clean that front windshield. And then this right here is on a hydraulic. So not only does my hydraulic, HWH hydraulic system, which is best in class, run this, it runs my full wall slide, my front slide, my generator slide, and my leveling system. So here, Cummins 10,000 watt quiet diesel generator. It's really amazing. Right over here, I've got my air horns. I've got my car horns right here, windshield wiping fluid. And then if we'll check this out, that's a hot water line to the generator option. And what that does is it brings, as long as your Oasis is on, bringing hot water. So if this is coated with a bunch of bugs and stuff, you can just spray that off, and coupled with that windshield cleaner, you get those going easily. Also have a couple of lines in there for the air. So if you need to top off something with the air, you can do that. I'm gonna go ahead and bring that in. And then you'll see right above, I have 2 chrome mirrors on each side. We have our side view camera mounted directly in those. These are gonna be heated. And then this entire front piece right here, above this BASF paint, is gonna be the diamond shield right here. And these guys are just awesome. This helps mitigate any road damage from rocks and chips coming at you. And they got this really nice lighting system. These are gonna be these intelligent high beams right there. So it's gonna know if a car's coming, it'll turn them, dim them, and then turn them back on. You notice you don't see the windshield wipers because this is my first level luxury and they are hidden. So they're right behind here. So you don't get any of that contaminating the front look. And right behind this beautiful bonded glass windshield right here, this is gonna be my Mobile Eye, and that's going to give me a lot of cool features. So this coach is going to come with electronic stability control, lane tracking, adaptive cruise control, collision mitigation. So if somebody brake checks you and you don't see it, or somebody pulls in front of you, it's going to help mitigate you colliding with them. So coming on this side, we're gonna head on inside, but I've got a nice little doorbell feature, so when friends come over and they're ready to sit down and have a drink and talk about the day, they can hit that doorbell. I can also leave my keys in there when I want to go whitewater rafting, hiking, or biking, and then just put my code in there when I'm ready to get back in. At night, this will be lit, and I've got this nice oversized door right here, 2 steps right here, screen door right here, and then inside here, I've got 2 places to store. So I can think dog leashes, flip-flops, whatever it is that you need to go. Nice lighting right here, and this entire piece comes up. So whoever's sitting in this passenger seat when you're driving, don't feel like they're sitting above the Grand Canyon. So let's come on in and see what we got going. So I'll let you get an idea of what it looks like inside before I open it up. So you got plenty of access to get to your bathroom, the front half bath there, to your pantry, to your microwave, to your refrigerator, whatever that you need. So both of these hydraulic slides are going out, but now you'll see the More Floor slide that Newmar came out with in 2016. It's got that HWH hydraulic, and it's like an elevator. Kind of reminds me of when I was in the Navy. Got that aircraft carrier, and we'd send those helicopters and jets up top side. Get this generator going here. And we're gonna head on back. So what we're looking at in here is the Haven Decor and the Sable Maple Hardwood matte finish. Now the Sable Maple Hardwood, this is the last year they did that, at least so far. So if this is a color that you like, and I really like the way this blends in, it just has a really great look to it, come check this out. Again, this is a 2024. We got some 2026s on the way. So if you don't think I can't get you a good deal on this, you got to give me a call and I'll prove you I can. So anyway, as I'm opening this, also forgot to mention on the outside we had the forest graphics. So that's what that scheme was out there. Let's check out the bathroom. So first we've got this really nice shower system, okay? 32 inches wide. Thank you, Katie, for doing all this. 72 inches high, 32 inches this way, and it's 20 inches this way. So it's kind of an odd shape, but I'll tell you right now, when I open this, everything is really easy. First, I have this nice assist handle inside here. I've got this here. I've got place for my body wash, conditioner, shampoo. I've got a shower here, and then I also have this shower. Just helps get all those from under bits clean. Now, if you notice, this is all tile, so we've got this nice drainage system right here. I do have that shower head down there because this is winterized. I don't want to be dripping that winterization fluid everywhere. If you notice, nice little shelf right here so I can put something. I also have a nice teak seat right here. So if you want to sit down and just let that nice hot water hit you, and just take a rest, think about your day, you can do that. Ladies, if you're shaving your legs, you can still do it in here. And then if you'll notice this blue light, this is my Aquaview feature. So I just rotate this into the recirculator feature. This is for dry camping only. And it takes the water out of my freshwater, 105 gallon freshwater tank, and it brings it through that oasis, brings it up here. When this turns red, you know it's hot. Only thing that's not gonna be hot is what's in this little pipe and then this little piece here. So let that run for 1 second, 2 seconds, you're hot completely. Another little space to put something there. And you'll notice on this nice glass shower door right here, these are gonna be easier to clean too because they're glass. I've got 2 places to put my towels, and then when I'm traveling, I can just put that in the lock mode, so that way that won't open while you're traveling. Now this is really exciting. Look at this space. So I've got a little safe right here. I have closet space right here. So this is 37 inches wide, 45 inches high, and 25 inches wide. And I got a little secret stash place right here. I don't know what you're gonna put in there, but you can just put some stuff in there that you don't always use, or you just wanna hide from someone, right? So lots of storage space in there. And then out here, we've got a lot more space. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drawers right here, all soft close. And then you'll notice I've got 3 more drawers here. So I've got 9 drawers right here. All these gonna have that nice wood, finished wood dovetail construction, stainless steel drawer glides right here. Just absolutely beautiful. This is all handcrafted and machine crafted in the Newmar plant. More storage space under here. Again, everything's easy to access. So you'll notice I've got not just that PEX plumbing right there, but I also have 2 valves over there. That's gonna go to my washer and dryer, and I'll show you that in a minute. But everything is very easy to access. So super high polished, solid surface countertop, under mount sink with this really cool drain. And then here, if I'm shaving in the morning, or if my wife is putting on her makeup, not only do I have the overhead lights, I also have these lights hitting me in the face so I can see exactly where I need to be and really minimize the nicks. Underneath this, oh my God, 40 inches wide, 10 inches deep, 7 inches high. So I've got 3 different shelves. Not all of them are that high, but 3 different shelves right here. They each have a little chain on it to keep it from banging into something. And then you'll notice I have another towel holder. Beautiful backsplash throughout this entire coach. So let's open this. So when you're out there camping, you don't always want to use the publicly available washers and dryers because some people are just gross, right? I don't necessarily want my stuff mixed with their stuff, so I can just wash it all right here. So I've got a washer, I have a externally vented dryer system right here. Everything is very easy to access, and these, again, these doors are made in Newmar, vented areas right here. So just beautiful doors. And then our beautiful valances. This has it's like a velvet style right here. And then I have all of my day shades down. These are all gonna be electric. If I needed to load the back of this, I would pop that day shade up and then open this. Well, I just had this open and now it's stuck. All right, anyway, that does open, I promise you. I just had it open. This has a telescoping stainless steel ladder in case you did need to exit the vehicle. Nice china porcelain toilet right here. It's on the macerator system, and if we didn't have enough space there, I have more space right here. So just for a 38-foot 10-inch coach, 13 feet 2 inches high, 8.5 feet wide, this has a ton of storage space. You'll notice that I've got a nice little Rainmaster fan right here, so that's going to pull out any smells or any humidity that you might not want. And then before I go out, I might want to open this and just get a look at how nice do I look for the day. So this opens. It's not only privacy, but it also gives you a full-length mirror right there. So if you'd like to join me in the bedroom, get a sip of water. Oh, and talking about that toilet, I've got a 8-inch shower, got not only 105-gallon fresh water, 80-gallon gray, and 60-gallon sewer. So pretty sweet system. Now I'm going to open this side. Both sides are identical. So if you notice right here, I've got a 110 outlet right there, and I got these nice European style hidden hinges with, again, this beautiful sable maple. And then here I've got a little piece right here that you can pop out, and if you are running wires or anything down there, if you have any breathing equipment that you're running down there, you can run it right through there. And you'll notice I have this nice smoked glass mirror right here. Both sides I have windows that can open. So if you're out there from my neck of the woods, let's say you're in Sarasota on Siesta Key and you're just enjoying life, you can hear the beach out there, you can smell that saltwater air coming at you. I mean, isn't that why we're camping? You want to hear the sounds. Spring is here. I'm hearing the birds again. It's just absolutely beautiful. So if you want to open that, you can do that. You can have a little bit of cross ventilation. Not only do I have these day shades, there's also night shades. I can control that underneath here as well. I have another KIB underneath there. So it's right there. So I can control a lot of things. I can turn my lights out. And I can also do all this on the Roxy app or the Rosie app with my phone. So coming down here, speaking of my phone, I've got 2 electrical outlets plus 2 USB-A outlets. I can store my underneath here lotions, anything that I want there, and then I can actually have a little space to bring the wires out here plugged into my phone, so that way I don't have to have that electrical element, just the wire. That's all I need. Now this right here is going to be a nice mattress right here, king size. And then in here you'll see, first I got this solid base. Nice cover right here, so if you do hit your leg or something on that, not that you should, but if that does happen, it's going to protect you a little bit. Looks really nice, matches everything. I've got 2 about 11.5 inch table leaves right here. I'll show you where that goes on the Eurobooth dinette up front. And then I have 2 matching foldable chairs. Pneumatic struts on this makes this super easy to open and close, and then a really hard bed right there. So everything is going to give you the solid support that you need and that you deserve. So coming around here, another smoked glass piece here, and then I have 2 wardrobe closets on each side. So I get both of those open, 26 inches wide, 40 inches high, 20 inches deep. So, and then those lights turn on and off when I close that, so it just gives you the light that you need when you need it, but it also preserves that. Now each one of these drawers, again, high quality drawers right here. I've got the same type of drawer system that I had, 26 inches wide, 10.5 inches deep, 9 inches high, and I'll soft close. So I got 5 of those right here, and then I got my audio visual compartment right here. So if you're like me and you just like to use, I have an NVIDIA Shield Pro, or you might have an Apple TV, or you might have a Blu-ray player. You could have satellite. This is where all that'll hook up here for your bedroom. Got another one in the bath, in the dining area. So you can have that all right there, but maybe you, like me, you just stream everything. So my parts professionals, service professionals, we can install the Starlink system on here and have that ready for you before you pick her up, and then you can stream a lot of stuff with that. And what are you going to be watching it on? Well, I've got a nice Samsung 43-inch 4K ultra high definition television right there. So really good, crisp, clear viewing. And then here I have an extra silver leaf panel. I'm not going to show it to you here because I'm going to show you the bigger one. And then when I want to put my awning, my rear awning, I have right out there. I want to put that in or out, I can just bring it in right here. So I'm bringing it in since I already have it out. But in the morning time, hey, it just looks cool, right? In the morning time or in the evening time, it's going to kind of help that sun not hit you in the eye, especially if you get a bad headache and you're just laying down here taking a nap. Just kind of chill that out a little bit more, and you still can kind of see out there. So pretty nice. Also, I'd like just to point out this really nice fascia that they have. This is backlit, so you do get that, and at nighttime you can just have this on. It looks really amazing. Hardwood door right here gives you privacy, and very thick, hard, real wood. So none of that chintzy stuff. You are in a luxury Newmar motor coach. It's going to be my stool room. Let me set this down. So my stool room, you'll notice that I have, again, one of those really nice porcelain toilets. I got a window in there, fantastic fan up here. All of my electronics, my circuit breakers, my fuses are going to be back here, but I'm going to just show you in here. I've got more storage in here, more storage here, more storage here. Same, that beautiful ultra high polished solid surface countertop with the undermount sink. Lighting here. I've got GFCI plug that's kind of hidden right there. More storage here. And if you're noticing a theme, I don't know if you can see that, sorry. I got more storage right there. So amazing amount of storage in a very small space. Now in the winter time, this space, because we have that Oasis 50K BTU hydronic heating system, if it gets a little hot in here, some people in the past have complained about that. So what Newmar did is on the little panel, you can just adjust that, and I can turn that on or off. So not going to waste too much of your time here, but I can actually do that right here. So pretty nice little setup here. Let's get out of there. And this is going to be my silver leaf system. So this is one of the systems that you see only in the highest end motorhomes. So this is my home screen right here. I can see tank levels. Now everything in there is going to be my winterization fluid. I can see where my house battery's at, where my chassis battery's at, and I can adjust all my lights right here. So for living room, kitchen, etc., I can do all lights on, all lights off. I have my exterior set up as well. Coming back, I can do all of my shades. So here I've got my living room, kitchen, bedroom, so you get the point, and then I have a TV lift up and down. Now what's really cool is I can see where my power is. So I'm getting 26 amp on both legs from my generator right now. And then for DC power, I can see where my battery status is at. So speaking of the batteries, I showed them to you. I forgot to mention, they are 640 amp hours of battery, which is a lot, right? And if you wanted us to put a third one in there, we could do that for you and give you a total of 960. So I can have my chargers on, which you can see they are on. And this is my generator, so I can start it and stop it. But I also have automatic generator start settings right here. So I can set that for if the battery gets too low, if it gets too hot in here from my furry friends. I've got my dog and my cat. So if I'm out whitewater rafting, my wife is hiking because she hates whitewater rafting, then we know that our animals will be protected by the Newmar engineers in this auto gen start setting. Water, real easy to see. We talked about that autofill. I can either hit top off now, I can have that on or off, so it's going to always keep that going, or before I leave. Climate's really cool. I just have set it auto at 69. Yeah, so right now it's currently 74 in here. But if I wanted my heat on, I would just turn my electric elements on right here. If it's really, really cold outside, I can also hit my diesel burner on. It's a little bit overkill. I don't need any of that right now. And then engine block heater, we talked about that. This is my batteries. You can see I have 625 of 640 amp hours of 98%. And this kind of just tells me everything that I need to know about that system right there. I love this. for you guys, if you're a little confused, like, God, Chris, this is a lot to understand. I've never done this before. I've only done fifth wheel or travel trailer or a little gas motorhome. It's confusing, right? Well, you don't need to be confused because you just figure out what kind of camping you're doing. So right now I'm an outdoor unplugged. So if I hit that and hit activate, it's going to go ahead and activate everything that I need for outdoor unplugged. Most of the time you're probably going to be outdoor plugged in. So you just hit this, hit activate, it's going to take everything for you. 3-zone floor heating right here. So I've got just the store mode, and every number I hit on this right here will cycle this for 2 minutes in a 20-minute cycle. So it's going to be on for 20 minutes here. Out of 20 minutes, this will be on for 18, 16, etc. So this is radiant electric heat under my porcelain tiles. Really amazing system. So I think we've covered most of that. I can also access fans, TV, shade, left door locks, etc. So let's get to my favorite room in the house. It's going to be the kitchen. Love to cook. I've got these really great slide out, all this beautiful wood dovetail finishing. I can get everything in the back to the front. I can store everything I need. These are adjustable too. So maybe you got some taller stuff. You can either remove one of these completely, or you can have one a little bit higher and then just kind of give you a little bit more space between them. 12 inches wide, 9 inches high, 26 inches long. And then down here, if I want to have some extra cutting boards, or maybe I have another kitchen appliance, I can just put that in there. These right here, you can take these out, you can move them, you can adjust them, whatever you need. Newmar's just letting you do what you need to do. So looking at this, I'm just going to open all of this at once. So I've got adjustable shelving here, and I've got 2 slide out trays right here. So right here is going to be my Newmar manuals, and then here's going to be another one. So obviously you're probably not going to have that. There's something called Noogle. It's going to have all the manuals online. You can download them, schematics, everything you need. That's what I would do. Read those first, download everything, leave that at home. So, and then you have just more storage space right here. And then let's open this. So 30-inch wide by 14 inches by 17 inches. Dual stainless sink, undermount stainless sink. So I can do my washing, I can do my rinsing, everything there that I need. This comes out European style spray and flow. And then here I've got my induction cooktop here. And then, so what's really neat about this induction cooktop is this is the most efficient way to cook. I'm not putting any combustion, exhaust into the atmosphere here. I can set this for the timer that I want and the temperature that I want. Also, under both of these, I have a nice little cutting board. And so you can keep that there, but just a massive amount, 80 inches long, 15 inches high, and 20 inches deep. More storage area here. All soft close, stainless steel. This is where I got all of my extra paint. They're all numbered. I've got my extra remotes, but guess what I'm gonna have in here? If this is mine, I'm gonna put all of my silverware, anything that I need for cooking in here. This comes with a universal remote, so you don't need all of these. You can actually set it up on this. And then right above that, air fryer, convection, microwave, oven. Great system. I literally have the exact same microwave oven in my house, and I use the air fryer feature, or the convection feature, just on Sunday. Fisher Paykel dishwasher right here. So it uses less water than it does just doing your normal dishwashing, right? So if you just put your dishes here throughout the day, run it at the end of the day, not only will they be properly sanitized, it's going to use less water. So if you're really trying to conserve water. Now, if you're just someone that says, I just don't like dishwashers, well, this is a great drying rack, keeps everything out of the way for you. So, little place for your scrubbies. And here I've got a pull-out tray there, and then another pull-out with a trash can. And then if you don't have enough storage yet, I've got more for you here. So we got you covered in this coach, guys. Coming around here, another nice smoked glass mirror. So ice maker, multiple places to store everything. And then I can get my water out of here. And then in this right here, not only do I have all these nice shelves on the doors, 6 here, got 1, 2, 3, 4 here. This right here is a convertible. So if I have some pop or extra large orange juice there, you got that little air filter and a water filter right here. So you're gonna have clean water, extra clean. It's gonna be nice. So what are we gonna do after we make all that food? We're gonna sit down here on this Eurobooth dinette, which I'll tell you is about the most comfortable place to sit next to those theater seats we'll get to in a moment. But I can sit here in a Chase Lounge type, talking to my friends. Both of these chairs here turn around, so I could easily have 2, 4, 6 people here, just talking about our day, having a drink, having some snacks. 24 inch by 36 inches, but I can pop this out and then I get, according to Katie, 60 inches on this. So that's where those 2 table leaves go. And then that just pops right back in and locks. And if that wasn't enough, we have more storage under here on both of these right here. So you can put your dish towels or whatnot. More storage here. More storage here. And then check this out. Look at that beautiful window. I'm gonna sit down and think it's time to watch some TV. So just bear with me. I'm gonna hit this little system here, get that TV lift going up. And while that's happening, I'm sitting on this glorious, let me just move that, there we go. So 50-inch 4K ultra high definition Samsung with Bose 900 soundbar above it, and we have a Bose 500 subwoofer. So when you really want to sit back and relax, you can lay on these beautiful, so comfortable. I've got back issues, so I've got great lumbar support, great neck support on this right here. So comfortable. I can watch the TV, watch a movie, what I like to do. And then here I can have my drink sitting right in here. You can change the colors on these, turn them off. So whatever color fits your boat. And then under here, you can have your universal remote, or if you want all your remotes. And then because I like things colder, my wife's gonna put the blankets down there. But however you wanna use this space, it's there for you, because this coach has a lot of space. Speaking of that, talked a little bit about another audio-visual area. So that's where you hook that stuff in. More storage here. All this area is going to be carpet lined, so it's going to mitigate noises and vibration while you're going down there. And then just take a look at this. Just nice lighting elements throughout the entirety of the coach. Nice lambrequins right here. Everything is just so beautiful in this high quality luxury motorhome from Newmar. Little extra storage here. Now you might notice it's a little bit smaller than this, but we're just trying to give a look of symmetry up here. And then in this area, I've got my Xantrex solar, so I can look at what's going on there. My Winegard high def antenna. This is going to be my Newmar router right there. Gerard, so I can turn on my lights. I can bring these, all of these in if I want. I just hit in, and now my awnings are coming in. My window awnings, I can operate those from right here. Those are coming in. My slide outs right here. Exterior LED strips that make it look really nice at light at night. I can have my exterior entry step lit, which is what I've got. If I want to power that Wi-Fi router, I'd do it here. Side window awnings we just did. Passenger and driver security lights, drapes, etc. Now what's kind of new, either this year or the year before, they brought the battery management system, battery power cycle. They brought that switch inside, so no longer do you have to go outside in the interim weather conditions and recycle that. You can do it right from inside your coach. Another 4K 43-inch TV up here. So here's going to be for my awning controls, so I can access that if I need to from inside without having to go out. And then another little storage spot right here. Now, looking straight down, I've got this piece right here, so this is the navigation, so my co-pilot can sit here, and if I need to get some fuel, she can go ahead and set that up for me. But I can also look at my cameras, see what my cameras are. So that's going to be my all God's eye view there, and that's going to be my view there, and I can mess with all that here. But let's get over here and not sit on here, and I can show you from here. So this right here gives me my trailer view. So this is my ultra wide view that I talked about. This is my normal view, and this is my tight angle view, so I can see what's going on right there. I can access all of that from right here, and I can even access my trailer cameras, which I don't have connected, obviously. And then here's my navigation system, and then I also have Sirius XM, Bluetooth radio, all the things that you'd want, Mobileye. And then when I go ahead and start this coach up, what's really cool, and I love what they did, so everything is very easy to access right here. Let me just turn that down. I don't need to hear an advertisement. HWH computerized leveling system. So this is going to be when you're at your site and you're leveling. Now I also have an air leveling system that gives you a little bit when you're if you're just going to be there for a couple days or whatever, just overnight. Alison 6-speed transmission right here. Tag dump, I have that. It's in auto mode right there. Engine brake, so I have a 3-stage engine brake right here. Really good when you're coming down that 7% grade or 6% grade on I-70. And then not only can I can actually set my max speed to fourth gear. So that way when I'm going down that 6% grade, I can set that in 4, and that won't go higher than 4th gear on me. So that, coupled with the engine brake, it's going to just mean safe driving for you. Plus the anti-roll technology, electronic stability control. These seats are heated, and if you get out of your lane, it will vibrate. Last thing I just want to cover is going to be, this is new for, I think it was new this year. They upgraded the steering, so everything is going to be very easy to access right in front of you. So I can access my phone, my windshield wipers. I can adjust my source for my XM radio or whatever, volume control. Thank you, Flash, letting someone over. Now here, I can access my home screen, and I can really go deep into this, but I really just want to bring up this one feature. If I just push this little button right here, I can actually adjust my comfort drive, which comfort drive is just the best way of driving. I've converted so many people to Newmar because of the system. It's just very easy to use, and I've got a little pedal adjust right here, so I can bring this pedals in or out. And lastly, full tilt telescope steering wheel. So again, would like to thank you for joining me. We are on a 2024 Mountain Aire 3825 by Newmar. We're at Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Chris Capper, and my phone number is 813-333-2988. Please give me a call. We are very motivated to get this in your hands. I'll take great care of you. My service team will take great care of you, and have a great day. Happy camping.